I do believe we are alive, so I'll say indeed, and greetings unto ye, beloved and holy friends. I thank you for joining me once again on another conscious evolution, another moment for us to connect and for us to hopefully let go of worry. Hello, kitty. Hello, Shelby Shelbies. Yeah, so today our whole stream topic is about worrying, specifically how time spent worrying pays no dividends, right? That you can spend time worrying and then you get to feel that suck, that like, right? And then whatever happens, happens anyway. And then you'll never get to get that time back that you spent, right? And I wanna talk about that part of ourselves, that still does it anyway, even though we know that it's not necessarily something beneficial. It's still something we end up doing. I don't know if I have anything more to say, at least right now. I think you friends know exactly what I'm talking about. I do have some marijuana here. It is a Friday after all. Gonna get into it. Not gonna worry. I'm gonna try and reduce. I'm gonna try and reduce the amount of worry. Beloved Shan and Kristen, I'm driving Dixie to get her Friday treat at McDonald's. Lucky little Dixie. She was being a good yoga doggo. I saw her. I saw that little photo you posted. I mean, I should show our friends as well. Check this. I just saw Bambi, the little dwarf goat. I see like I missed a few of them. See a clip video as well. Like I'm getting lost in the Discord as I do. That's a little photo of Dixie. That's Kristen's little doggo. He's gonna go get a treat at McDonald's. Look at that! Look at that entity! That entity is now on its way to a McDonald's to get treat. Yeah, look at that. Such a yoga doggo. Oh, it makes me happy. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Kristen, for sharing your excitement and Dixie's as well with us. Such a blessing. Gonna charm those workers. Oh, absolutely. We have Brother Duck Dad as well, of course. Joy V, Blessing, Sam, and Natalie. Nanshi as well. I think that's all for now. Blessings to all of you friends. Wow, what a stream topic. Check out the message I got from my customer this morning. You know, I've been worrying about this job running overtime. Yeah. Hey, Loy. It's nice seeing you, friend. Lovins to you. Got you as you're coming in today. Yeah. No missing you. Sending you lovins. Worry, brother bear. Worry. Worry for what? Right? At this point, I don't know if I'm cynical. Hey Google, define cynical. Cynical. Believing that people are motivated purely by self-interest, distrust of human serenity or integrity. No, I don't think I'm cynical. More I'm trying to scroll through my vocabulary of feelings. Acceptance is the primary word, right? But a level of acceptance that almost like hinges on apathy. It's like close, very close to it, right? Just kind of like a deep acceptance of what's happening right now. Yeah, Kitty. Kitty is sitting next to me, adding her energy. Thank you, little Kitty. Joe Schmo joining us as well. Blessings to you, dear one. Yeah, I'm in acceptance, right? Like I'm not going to stress myself out about the coming changes anymore. Kelly's here too. It is gonna change, right? Things are gonna change. That is inevitable. And I choose to believe that by not worrying about it, I'll get to, at least in part, experience a better energy on the way to whatever that change might be, right? other than so stressed, so stressed, oh so stressed, so stressed, and then things turn out super stressful. Be like, bro, now I suffered all of this suffering so that I can suffer more now. Man, if only I was naive back then, ignorant, living in that state of bliss. Oh, if only. So I'm gonna be blissing. Oh yeah, I know nothing. The clouds pretty, or trees, or cats, marijuanas. Oh, okay. Let me continue reading some comments. Hey, Mike. I guess this is the message. Good luck tomorrow. An absolute record all of your and absolutely record all of your time because you're not giving us time. You've done nothing to waste time. The weather's been tough, either hot or bad air. You're a bargain at any price. You worrying about things, right? Like spending that energy, Brother Doug Dad. You're already tired. Oh, you're already expending all of this energy physically, working on the world. And now, you go home and then you spend energy in the mind. And then someone takes the liberty of actually just reaching out and being like, hey, relax. It's fine. You're doing well. You're great. Thank you for doing as much as you're doing. And then it's kind of like silly, all of that worrying you spent doing, right? Being like, oh, what was all of that worry for again? What was I? What was it for? Other than just wasting my time. I see Louisiana, and I think I saw Shell, and I think I'm seeing Maxine, and Who Needs Tears as well. There we go. So many loving friends joining us, sending you all blessings. Kristen, I just ate my breakfast McDonald's, the proper fuel for 10 hours of manual labor in 90 degrees Celsius. Hot damn, you're stronger than me, bro. I hope that it lasts. I feel like that's the appropriate response. My old neighbors used to get her dogs Whoppers from Burger King for her dog's birthdays. I'm sure they love it. Hey again, Joy Vive. It's nice seeing your name, friend. Smell good for the next 5 minutes. Who of you were worrying can add a single hour to your life? Who of you, by worrying, can add a single hour to your life? Is one of my favorite quotes in the Bible. Is it a Bible quote? Hot damn. There's some wisdom there yet. Yeah. You're gonna live longer by worrying? No, probably not. Probably live not longer by worrying. Right? And then I'm not gonna pack myself a little marijuana pipe right now. And that time sometimes makes me worry. I'm like, bro, breathing in carcinogens is probably not good for you. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna die anyway. Oh. Like maybe that's it. What's that word? What's that word? It's again acceptance, right? There's an air of acceptance there. Maybe like YOLO, some YOLO vibes. I accept. I accept my mortality. I accept impermanence. I accept that I am a person. That one is the hardest one to accept. Damn it. I don't want to accept I'm a person. I don't want to be a person. I don't. But here we are, personing, right? I have to eat food. I have to consume freaking water and sleep. I have to breathe air. And in large part, I feel these things do anchor us, right? The impermanence anchor us in a certain mindset to appreciate what we have right now. This, right? That this moment we share right now is impermanent. What makes this moment valuable to both of us is the fact that in an hour and in 2 hours from now, it's going to end. Sure, I'm coming back tomorrow, but I might die, right? Who knows? Who knows, right? And then what was valuable, what was the thing that was of worth to all of us is this moment, right? And worrying, I do believe, takes away from it, right? It's like putting resources, your mind's resources into a vector that isn't indicative of this moment. Can you worry about the moment? I don't know. I don't know if you can. Can you worry about the moment? You can worry about the future. You can worry about how your past is influencing you or someone else, maybe. But can you worry about the moment? Like, I don't really think this is such a deep question, but it really is allowing me to consider deeper than I thought I would be able to. You think you can worry about the moment? Is the moment ever worrying? Maybe someone can worry you in the moment, right? They can worry you. But the actual moment, I don't know if the actual moment can actually worry us as soon as we accept impermanence, right? Then the moment needs to be celebrated. Ah, love you, my dear water. I do feel a little bit dazed and confused. I was up late last night helping mom with baking, and then this morning, and then the power went off, and then this morning I finished baking, and then I cut the rusks, and I stacked it, and then the oven in the baking room is broken, so I had to like walk back and forth, and I wasn't worrying, I wasn't worrying, but I was kind of like, especially from this perspective, you know, how what other people believe about you is what they believe about you, right? It's like if somebody believes you're a horrible person, right? That's what they believe. You are a horrible person. You know, from their mind, you're a horrible person. I don't know if there's anything you can do. I don't know if it's appropriate for you to worry about how you're supposed to convince them that you're not a horrible person, because in their world, that is their reality. They get to experience that for themselves. And I believe as soon as you worry about it, now you allow yourself to experience it as well, when you are worth more than that, in my mind at least. Day 911, and we are closer to heaven. As we join those we hold dear, we realize we can move forward without fear. I like that, Natalie. Thank you for poeming a bit at us. I'm driving, so I won't hear any of the comments until Melt reads them. Much love, all. Much love to you, Duck Dad. I try not to worry unless I'm going to actively work on addressing it. Exactly. Right. And I feel in that case, it's not worry, it's problem solving. Right. There's either worrying, which is the reminiscing, the ruminating, the looping of a certain narrative. That's worrying in my mind at least. And then there is problem solving, where there's like actionable steps that you're trying to plan out about how you're actually going to make a difference. And I'm all down for problem solving. You friends know me, but worrying about things isn't helpful anymore. 9/11 is also my birthday. Like the 11th of, is it September? Maybe. Drive safe, Doug. Do, please do. I'm gonna remember that. Save it in the calendar or something. Good news, Bambi is my heart and soul. That's my half birthday, Doug. Amara's Absolute celebrates half birthdays. Adding it to my calendar. So much love. Again, Loy, nice to have you. Joe Schmo, blessings to you. I'll be in and out today. You'll be here always. People are totally motivated by self-interest. People are motivated by self-interest. You're talking about the cynical thing? Yeah, yeah, in large part. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. Should we be worried about it is the question that I'm really thinking about. Hey, Yudi. Hey, Yudi Duty. Should we be worried about people wanting to be motivated by their self-interests? I think it comes back down to it depends. I'm noticing the nature of my eyesight right now. The nature of focusing on things. Okay. Worrying. As I was noticing the nature of my eyesight, I was worrying about losing said eyesight. So with that in mind, I'm going to appreciate what I get to see right now instead of worrying about not being able to see it. And that'll be my intention. Gratitude for what you have right now instead of worry about what you have not in the future. Little burbies. Blessings. Hey Zano. Wait, the fam is back, Melty. Vessel is back. And Dad is back. And Vessel brought Karin. They are. Shantae and Mama is still on the road. Ah, I realize now why I was about the rusks. It's because the first message my mom sent me was asking me to do work, right? Like I saw my mom sent me a voice note, and a part of me was like, oh, my mom's gonna tell me she's missing me and she's thinking about me. And then I listened to the voice note and its instructions, and I'm like, oh. Did it anyway. But I was, at least part of me was kind of wanting to fight it, you know. Like one of the last conversations that we had properly was about how I don't do anything, right? Oh, you don't do anything. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then her saying that stuff, right? The universe in me wants to be like, oh yeah, you want to manifest? You want to manifest? I'll manifest with you. I'll dance the dance you think I'm dancing. Oh, skippity babu. Oh, we're not dancing like that. Well, stop saying it then. And stop saying. Get the dance that you ask for. I'm trying to get better. Trying to not worry about stuff like that, right? Yeah. Yeah, keep the topic relevant though. My son's birthday is Halloween. Probably like a whole vibe as well. Dixie looks like she's made of pure magic. My puppies have ditched me to go camping with their grandparents. Working and lurking, but holding you all in my heart. Love you, Kelly. Blessings to you and your side friend. Can't help but worry when I put my name on a project. Money is hard to come by, and when someone puts their trust in me, I'm almost hyper obsessed until I get them the best that I can. And Brother Bear, you doing that and continuing to, is without a doubt going to only allow you more money, right? People are going to trust you more and more. So continue, dude. Continue going forward. Don't stop. By not worrying, you get to enjoy the journey. All fear and anxiety pitch us off from our power and take us for a ride mentally, feeding us bullshit thoughts or belief system thoughts. Agreed. Agreed, Maxine. Gratitude. For me, it's a question of what do I think I'm worth, right? Do I think I'm worth worrying, right? And it's not a perspective of like, am I worth worrying about, right? It's more out of all of the experiences I could be having, is worrying one of them, right? Should I be worrying as my primary objective? And again, I like to take things to extremes where I ask myself questions like, if this is the only thing I get to feel forever, do I want to continue feeling it, right? And if it's a question like love, yeah, I want to continue feeling love forever, right? That sense of people care about me, that sense of connection you can share with a friend or a partner, family member. Yeah, I want to experience that all the time. Do I want to experience worry all the time? No. No, I don't. Hey, Pips. What's up, dogger? Hey, you doggies. Hey, sweetie thing. Let me continue reading. 444. Yes, more. We used to cook steaks for my old dog. I think they appreciate it. Pippi also got some of my meat today. There was like some chewy bits on it, and I gave it to her instead. She was very happy. She gets more than enough treats though. I've been seeing 447 as of late, Maxine. I feel like my mind is so scattered right now. I want to anchor it by reading something worth saying. It just tunes me. Everything is a web of relationship. Everything is a web of relationships. You remain in connection with all other webs of relationship. Right? And now this is taking me on a whole new tangent of if everything is a web of relationship, right? In other words, interconnectedness. In other words, what you think and what you feel influences what is felt and what is thought around you as well. Right? And then worrying, and there's a lot of worry. Oh, there's a lot of worry happening in the world right now. It adds that energy to this web of relationship that we're a part of. And I'm trying to, at least for the sake of completion, for the sake of balance in the stream, I'm trying to think about the benefit, the potential benefit that worrying about things could have. But again, I feel like it's a labeling thing, where instead of labeling it as worrying, if you feel like you're worrying and you don't want to be, label it as problem solving, right? I'm not worrying. I'm actually problem solving right now. I'm trying to solve problems. I'm not worried at all. YOLO culture has kept music festivals alive for the past 2 decades. That's probably true, actually. I haven't gone to music festivals because I'm only gonna live once. I go to music festivals as like a marathon or like a like an adventure. It's a straight up adventure. Every single music festival I went to feels almost like ethereal. Like there is some sort of cosmic game at play, you know, like the amount of conversations you have, the synchronicity you experience, it's pretty surreal. Again, webs of relationship, right? Like you put yourself in a certain web of relationship, and the biggest spider there is the festival, right? That's like the Giga Chad spider, and all of the other small little spiders, us, you know, come closer to this big spider web, and then we're putting our little spider webs down as well, and other people put theirs down, and these little nodes are connected, and you can feel that. You can feel that experience, and I don't think it gets interrupted, even when we're like thousands of miles away from each other right now. I just feel it's less clear, right? Not interrupted, like it remains perfectly there, but the clarity is the thing that we end up lacking. And that's a big thing for me, you know. I don't like lacking clarity, even though I feel I am a lot of the time, right? And a part of me wants to be unclear, because in being clear, I end up taking clarity away, right? Like I could, for instance, right, I can be extremely clear, detail by detail, about a fight, for instance, I had with my dad, right? Like I could like list every detail, every facial expression. And in doing that, I would rob you of the potential to reflect on the fights that you potentially have had with your parents, right? And how that made you feel. And in that way, it's this weird balance we have to try and, you know, mediate, to speak with enough clarity that people know what we're talking about, but with enough, I don't know if vaguality is a word. No, it's not. I mean, I hear screams. Vaguality, right? And then that vaguality allows people to actually interpret for themselves the value that is in that conversation, instead of it necessarily just being them listening to you, right? It's again a certain level of worrying, right? We can be so worried that someone thinks that we're not listening to them, that we end up paying attention in a way that we don't listen to them, right? Or we can be so worried that we won't know what to say, that we only think about what we're supposed to say instead of actually listening to what this other person is trying to tell us, instead of actually absorbing, learning something about ourselves in the meanwhile. Melty, are you having an existential crisis? I don't want to think about you dying. I think about me dying a lot, unfortunately, Maxine. But it's not suicidal ideation. It's more memento mori, right? It's more like, oh yes, I'm gonna die one day, so I have to live right now, right? There's like, it's again the worry analogy. I can worry about dying, which I'm not, right? Or I can remember about dying and then choose to live, right? And we can worry that we're not living our lives into not living our lives kind of vibe. So maybe that's an existential crisis. I feel like it's just a good thing to consider. I woke up just to have some quality worrying time, watching part of a movie Agora, then Byzantium podcast. Most of those words went over my head. I hope the worrying is better, Shell. My dad is filling a tank right now. Yeah, you can hear it. I'm sorry about the sounds. Worrying made my brain grow up too fast. Oh, that's pretty real as well. Yeah. Like I was thinking mildly about that during yoga today, Natalie, where I was talking about worrying, right? And especially worrying when I came into the child's pose, how there was less worrying, at least in some ways, when we were children. But as I was talking about that, I remember that there was still a lot of worrying, right? And I feel all of that worrying was thrusted upon me, right? Like people told me about these things that I should be worried about. And then I was like, oh goodness, why am I not worried about these things? You know, should I be worried about my not being worried about these things? Should I be worried about this part of me that worries that I should be worried about the things that I'm not worried about? My poor freaking 8-year-old. And then trying to have this conversation with one of the other 8-year-olds, and they're like, the fuck are you talking about though? What's wrong with you? I'm like, bro, I'm trying to figure it out. I need your help, please. Help me reflect. Help me understand. Yeah. Most of the things we worry about are figments of our imagination. And very few of it actually ends up coming to fruition, right? I feel like that's maybe something we should pay attention to as well. It's like if you're worrying, had like 95% accuracy, that you worry about something and then you worrying about it had you somehow better prepared for the actual bad thing that ended up happening, then I could justify, yeah, maybe worry sometimes, right? But I imagine 90, 95, 99% of the worrying we actually spend about things, doesn't end up happening that way. And it's such a waste, right? Like you're investing that energy. That's still energy. Worrying about something is still energy that you're putting in, right? Every second, every moment you spend worrying is energy spent towards something that is unmaterialized, right? Instead of spending time problem solving, pushing towards something instead of, taking away from yourself. Esrog, loving light to you too. It's nice having you. I see Hoopy as well. Blessings to you, Brother Bear. Dry historian, only seeing your name now. Sending you lovin's. Science says we have to pick either knowing we are or knowing that we're going. No, science says we have to pick either knowing where we are or knowing where we're going. So worrying about the moment, about the trajectory of it, seems like a paradox itself, right? I'm happy that you're also communicating it in that way, Sam. It is kind of loopy, right? I think that's the word I'm looking for. Or reverse loop. Can you put yourself in a reverse loop? Not loop the other way, but instead of looping in on yourself, you loop out of the experience entirely. It's like, yes. More insane. Nice. You also want to throw more love out to Brother Rambler. I used a CBD bath bomb last night to soak my poor muscles. It was very relaxing, even as Joy was messaging me, calling me smelly. I'm just imagining Doug that bath bombing, right? Like he's actually in a bath that has a bomb in it. I mean, I'm imagining it's like so bomb, right? So he is technically smelling better than he's probably smelled, the whole day, and then getting called smelly and being so calm about it, being so chill. Like, you don't even know. You don't even know how much I do not smell right now. We're Luke and Han, worried about the moment in trash compactor. I don't think I know that fractal. I'm guessing it's from a movie or something. As someone who has decided to say F it to myself while on staff, giving G a speech. Yes, you can worry in the moment, as I have decided to stop worrying in the moment. I mean, yeah, I guess. I guess the speech is a technically worrying of the moment. But but is it? Right? Like I get it. Because I've done public speaking as well. And there is an extreme amount of tension and angst, right, that builds up in your body in that moment. But I believe most of that angst comes from the social implications of what you're doing, right? Like you are worried that in the future, the other kids are gonna laugh at you, or your colleagues are gonna laugh at you, or your friends are gonna make fun of you, right? Like you're worried about the implications of that moment's intensity. I don't know if you're actually worried about the moment. Again, right? Like paradoxical in nature. I don't speak Star Wars shell. Me too. I want to be a real boy. Greatest heart. Oh, so much love. Personally, I only fight for people who fight for me just as hard, as it saves me a lot of pain and worry. That's a good way to articulate. Certain level of acceptance there as well, right? Because you can accept two things. You can accept that some people won't fight for you, and you can accept the people who do. And I see Brother Ryan joining us on stream being like, what? Talking about people willing to fight for you? Yeah! Represent! Love you, Brother Dry. Thank you. Well, Sister Dry, technically. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, Brother Ryan, for joining us as well. I don't think that I actually worry about anything. I see problems and I experience difficulties, but spending my time being concerned with forces outside of my control doesn't make much sense. Agreed. I bet baking with your mom is really nice experience. My mom's not here. I'm doing it alone. I'm doing all of it alone. I'm doing the mixing. I'm doing the scooping it out. I'm doing it, panning it, and smoothing it out. I'm doing the baking. I'm doing the taking it out. I'm doing the cutting it into small little cubes. I'm doing the scooping it out of said pans. I'm doing it, packing it individually on the racks. Instead of just being able to put it in the oven next to me, I have to walk into the house, put it away, walk back out, do it again. I know, woe is me. I know, it's so woe. But it takes me freaking 4 hours. It's 4 hours of brain damage, essentially, where I'm like, bro, I didn't sign up for this. Did I sign up for this? Did you sign up for this, Stefan? No, we didn't sign up for this. And yet, technically, yes, we did. Right? The paradox of that as well. Choosing to be here in this moment, to find whatever we find, right? And then we worry about it. We worry about having to continue doing it. We worry about not doing it, right? That's the thing as well. Like there's worry of not doing things. And there's so many things that you're not going to do. And then we worry about that, right? Instead of just actually using our energy in a way that is going to be beneficial to our immediate environment, right? Because that's technically the reach you have. That's the influence you have right now. And you can use that right now. I heard something that resonated alongside that vein of thought, Mel. Those people who like to villainize others and use others as scapegoats. Their boos mean nothing because I've seen what makes them cheer. The scapegoat. You know what the ultimate scapegoat is? The devil. It's like Giga Chad scapegoat. Excuse me. The devil had to say hi or something. Wasn't me. It was the devil who burped. So I resolve myself completely of any disadvantages or any disrespect, is right. No, it wasn't me. It was actually just the devil. Both devil and God simultaneously exist in every heart. Yeah, we human beings are a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. One of my favorite theories is that we might even be more powerful than what we conceive of as gods. Or at least, yeah, you know what? I'll stand by that. Power can be interpreted in many different ways. Maybe not power in being able to manipulate reality, with our whims, because that's technically against the rules, at least in this world, right? But that level of power, to be able to decide that, to be a spirit, to be boundless, right? And I want you to really absorb the meaning of boundless in this moment. To be boundless, right? To have no limits. And then to choose to embody in flesh. That's power, yo. That's some power. You have to be powerful to do it. You have to be powerful to continue doing it. So I'm proud of you, friends. Don't worry about it. You got this. Melt, it would be awesome to do a stream someday with you and your mom baking. I would watch the heck out of that. That's not a bad idea, Duck Dad. The biggest problem is Wi-Fi range. The Bakhuis, the baking house is essentially what it's called. The house of the big kitchen for baking does not have Wi-Fi. Joy, can't you tell? He has the clothes on and there's no butt towel. Exactly. I've got clothing on again. That's why my family is back and they forced me. Myself and my daughters would beg to differ of your doing nothing. Yeah, but because what I do isn't valuable to them, it might as well be nothing. It's seen as equivalent to nothing, right? And they keep communicating that to me and I'm like, oh, great. My life's work is nothing to you. Oh, wow. Oh, fantastic. Let's have more conversations. And then they're like, oh, you don't want to talk to us. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. When I talk to you, you kind of like make me feel like shit. So maybe I'm not going to do that. As much as I feel good to have a mother expressing her missing you, remember, the only love, validation, and approval you need is from yourself, Mel. I spent a lot of years missing that from my mom. Oh, I know. I guess I'm coming to that again. That word has come back over and over again. Acceptance. And it's, at least in part, like it's fighting with the masculine side of me. I have to almost identify or lean into my feminine side to really occupy that state of acceptance that I feel I'm missing. Because acceptance in a weird way feels like losing, right? That if I accept the nature of the relationship I have with my parents, and the way they see me, and the lack of care they have. Like my dad, for example, he's done nothing all day. He's been on phone calls, but most of his time spent was watching videos, right? Like I went to see him this morning and he was watching videos. And then when I went to go bake stuff, he was watching videos. And when I packed things away, he was watching videos, right? And now it's time to grind things. And now it's time to fill the tank with water that's making noise as well. All right? And if I had to talk to him about it, he would honestly tell me that he's not doing anything. But he doesn't care to the level of, it doesn't even make sense to him, right? That I care about these things, right? Like he cares so little that it doesn't make sense to him that I care about it. And the only thing I can do is accept that, right? I can't fight it. I've tried. I can't try and get past it with conversation or consideration. It seems. I want to feed him mushrooms, but he doesn't want to eat them. So acceptance. Acceptance to an apathetic level, right? Hey Google, is there a word for acceptance to an apathetic level? Just straight up apathy? Nah. Evaluation? Nah. Let's ask Hypatia if it knows. It's like I'm losing my mind. Is there a word for acceptance to an apathetic level? Resignation. Resignation refers to the act of accepting something, often reluctantly, or with a sense of apathy, without actively opposing it or trying to change the situation. It implies a state of giving up. That's it, right? That's the part of me. The masculine part of me refuses to give up, right? And there is. It implies a state of giving up or relinquishing any emotional investment or effort in a particular matter. Resignation. Damn. Oh, that's the word. I haven't used that word. I don't think I've used that word as a part of my vocabulary. Like I haven't needed it. But yassi. Damn it. Why so little respect? And then accept. Yeah, breathe. Yes, breathe. No, I can't duck. Where is burp? Bath bombs sounds perfect for my residual pain I'm experiencing. I mean, reach out to him. I do believe Brother Rambler sells them. Mel did a baking stream, one stuck that. It was super relaxing. Really? I felt like it was really bad content. I was like, I'm doing. Oh, I'm getting stepped on. Yeah. Baking isn't particularly stressful, right? You can worry about certain things, but it's methodical, right? And that methodical nature can be relaxing. Is this stream our big spider, or are you our big spider, Meld? I feel the stream is our big spider, right? Like I'm a spider. I might be the center spider, but I'm not the biggest one. At least not in my mind, right? I feel like there's a bigger spider at play here. The spider that allowed us to meet each other in the first place. Can you not? Oh, I see you have a bunch of ticks on you. Yeah, I took them off. Don't lick my fingers, please. I know you're happy. I know you're so grateful, but you're licking my fingers. I like my fingers unlicked because I use them for things. And now you licking them means that they're contaminated. Those ticks got wrecked. I used my fingers to murder them. I'm sorry, ticks. But you were parasitizing my Eva. You were literally drinking blood from her flesh. She has a thorn in her side. You have a thorn in your side, doggy. There you go. There you go. It's out. Yeah, it's out. You see webs of relationship, Joy. Right? Like I don't think I'm Big Spider. I am but Spider. Hey Google, what is the spiritual meaning of spiders? Don't tell me you didn't understand. You know exactly what I'm talking about. There we go. Spiders represent many possibilities with their symbolism. Although spiders often frighten people, their messages are positive. They symbolize balance, creativity, curiosity, personal growth, and self awareness. Self awareness. I flip flop between wondering if I'm very self aware or very unself aware sometimes, right? And I feel I shouldn't worry about stuff like that either. No, language works. Just English trains you not to talk to yourself properly. You think so? It's an interesting one. Apparently, I have a thing or two to teach my friends about how to worry real good. His baking stream was fun, but the book reading The Five Intentions were hands down my all-time favorite. Wow, like The Five Intentions was a powerful read by Frank Ostaseski. The Five Invitations. The Five Invitations. He invites you 5 ways. Like actually, let me read this again just to like do a little bit of a recap because it was such a beautiful message. Can you give me a recap of The Five Invitations by Frank Ostaseski? Boom. And here we go. The first one is don't wait. This invitation encourages us to embrace the present moment and recognize the preciousness of life rather than waiting for the perfect conditions to pursue our dreams or express love and gratitude. We are reminded to act now and appreciate the opportunities that exist in every moment. Invitation 2. Welcome everything, push away nothing. Melt more. In this invitation, Ostaseski emphasizes the importance of embracing all aspects of life, both the joyful and the painful. By cultivating an open-hearted and non-judgmental approach, we can learn from every experience, even those that are difficult or challenging. Invitation number 3. Bring your whole self to the experience. This invitation encourages us to show up authentically and fully engage with life. It reminds us that we don't need to hide or suppress parts of ourselves to fit societal expectations. By embracing our vulnerabilities and imperfections, we can deepen our connection with others and live with greater authenticity. Number 4, find a place of rest in the middle of things. Amidst the busyness and the chaos of life, this invitation encourages us to cultivate a sense of inner stillness and peace. It reminds us to take time for reflection, self-care, bath bombs, right? And reconnecting with our true selves. By finding moments of rest and stillness, we can navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and resilience. And then finally, number 5, cultivate a don't know mind. Didn't we start the stream with that? Talking about don't know? I think so. This final invitation invites us to embrace a sense of curiosity and openness to the unknown. Rather than clinging to fixed beliefs or seeking certainty, we are encouraged to approach life with a beginner's mind. I feel Brother Ryan smiling right now. By acknowledging that we don't have all the answers, we create space for new possibilities and growth. It's a good book. It's a real good book. I'm happy that we actually spent the time reading it properly. I'm happy to give you friends those 5 points as well. Consciously evolving, right? Kind of reflecting on those true messages. I feel like falling back asleep. Sleep well, dear Nanshi. There's no expectation here. I hope you rest well. I'm fine. Joy V probably never figure out how not to overthink. I'm also trying to get better at it, dear friend. Gonna light the oil lamp I have arranged nice and cleanly. Blessings, dude. We're at a record. Got 2 friends on the live space side. We do? Yeah! Hey, live space friends. We're streaming on YouTube as well. Like I know this stream is a little bit compressed. I don't know what live space does to do that, but it is what it is. I'm smiling, Mel. That was uncanny. Reading minds, oh, like, doesn't help to be worried about things. We are interconnected. We are interconnected in so many ways. Aegon, who is definitely not Stefan. 4 hours of brain damage. I'm cracking so loud. It's just, right? Like, I think of it from a perspective of modes of operating, right? Like, I do exist beyond this body more than I exist as this body. Hey, Melita. Sending you lovin's. It's nice having you here. Yeah. So, where was I going? Brain damage, 4 hours. Yeah. So, okay. Modes of consciousness, right? Like, there's a mode of consciousness where we consider things, right? We consider the vastness that is possible in this realm. And then there is the mode of consciousness that is like being pedantic with things, right? Using your little fingers to. And that mode of consciousness messes with me. It makes me insane a little bit. It does actually, like, I feel like it actually makes me a little bit insane. Where I'm like, I feel like I'm actually losing it right now. I'm like, why do I feel like this, like a part of me that has this like burning fuse, right? Like a thin sheet of ice that a part of me wants to snap through. And I don't like feeling that way, and still I keep trying to help. I keep trying to help, even though I feel like I'm brain damaged myself while I'm doing it. Joy V, you were always so nice to ask. All is good. Just busy with the kids on the summer break. How are you? Thank you for letting us know, Brother Ryan. The guy at the drive-thru is so sweet and gives pats and lovers to Dixie every Friday morning. So wholesome. Love is true. That makes me happy to hear. I'm very well, thanks, Ryan. It's always nice to see your little avatar in stream. Blessings. Aegon is just one of my names, as they are. Some things I repeat to myself to feel better. You were safe. Like, I think all of us can benefit from kind of affirming these things. Just saying, you are safe, myself. No one is mad at you. You can stop assuming. You were not the small child in trouble who can't relax. The hypervigilance is from your past. You are safe now. You are safe now. Giga Chad. You contain multitudes. I got, of course. I'm safe, I'm secure, I'm divinely protected. Or I give myself permission to feel safe right now. I should use these as well. They're beautiful. I usually just echo love is true until I can't think about anything else. Right? Every single time my brain tries to give me a reason why love isn't in fact true, I reason with that part of my brain that actually it is, right? Actually. Is that Boyana? Wow! Boyana, it's nice having you too, friend. Sending you love it. It's a blessing having you always. Thank you. I have more. You're safe. You don't need to be perfect anymore. You don't need to fix other adults' issues. You are not the small child of the burden you weren't meant to carry. You are safe now. Like, one of the things that's resonating with me there is, weirdly enough, you don't need to be perfect anymore, right? Like, some of us were in a relationship with our family where we weren't given the luxury of making mistakes, right? And trying to be perfect. The perfectionist attitude was our attempt to make sure things are so right that if things are so right, maybe my family will love me. Maybe they won't be angry at me, right? Because I was so right. I was so perfect. How could they possibly be angry at me? I'm doing everything right. Sounds familiar? Yeah. Welcome to being a child. Trying to problem solve, right? Worrying. that you're not good enough, trying to make sure that you're doing everything in your power to be still to be met with difficulty. Kitty is here somewhere. She'll probably be back in stream at some point. She was here at the start. I'm good, don't have anything else. The word would be indifference. I think indifference is a good one as well, Dry Historian, but resignation, I feel, is a certain level of accurate, right? Because I'm not indifferent. I'm not, right? Because I still love him and I still want the best and I still hope that there is value to be had and blessings to be shared. But I am resigning the part of me that I know I am, because that part of me isn't accepted the way that it is. So I feel, yeah, resignation is a good one. Mood, apathetic. I was going to suggest feeling resigned to something. You were exactly right, Kristen. How about that? Adam and Andrew, emo kid, nice Sano. We're about to go into the emo song. Starts emo songing. What's my favorite emo song? When I was a young kid, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. That one, that's the one. Yeah, my grandparents. A house just by baking. A house just for baking. It's technically just the kitchen outside of the house, and now it's called Bake House. That's a house just for baking. Talk about confusing. It's a little bit. Shelby is my cat. Melt is taking care of her for me until I can come and steal her away. I'm still waiting. Still waiting. I'm still looking for Joy Vive. See nothing. I want a Zana. Melt. I love you, friends. Spider is represented as the infinity symbol. Yes! More synchronicity. And her 8 legs also represent the wheel in the tarot card. She reminds you that life happens one thread at a time and not to get too caught up in the details. Yeah, that's pretty sync. I like that. Thank you, Maxine, for sharing that with me. You know, I feel about spiders. Spiders are cool. Spiders are actually pretty cool. Like they're not bad. Came in with a list of invitations. Started perfect timing. You were here for them. Oh wait, that's how I feel about spiders. Because when you take a step back, you see the entire web is connected to everyone around us. She also shows up in one of your manifestations that have materialized to congratulate you and remind you to gratitude. Yeah, it's true. I got bit by a spider a while ago. I still have the mark. Weeks later. Probably have it for the rest of my life. Who knows? It's one of those ones that I could see whatever bit me was like spreading underneath my skin. I was like, oh goodness. I was so worried. I was worrying. I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. And then my dad was like, yeah, you should probably go to the doctor. I was like, no. I'm not worried enough to go to the doctor. And then it didn't turn out to be that bad, you know. My immune system fought back. Hopefully now I'll be a little bit more immune to the spiders. I'm grateful that I survived. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Spider, for teaching me that lesson. Meld has mastered ChatGPT in a way Star Trek. Captain talked to the ship's computer. Like, I feel like that's going to eventually be all of us, you know. Like maybe we won't even have to prompt it with our voices. We can just get the information we need. Thank you, Brother Riot. Like I do take that as like that'll be like on my CV. If I start, you know, teaching people how to use AI tools in their businesses or whatever, I'll be like, yeah, Ryan Stanley said, Melt is like Melt has mastered ChatGPT like Star Trek Captain talk to the ship's computer. And here's my residentials. What book is it again? The 5 Invitations by Frank Ostaseski. It's a good one. Like I should probably preface, he writes the book from the perspective of being a person who has opened his own hospices and also worked in hospices, you know, for a long time. kind of like literally being with people at the end of their lives and asking them questions and learning wisdom from them. And those 5 invitations are the most important lessons he extracted from people literally dying, right? And yeah, people die. I will too one day. And following those 5 invitations, right, allowing them into my life, the not know mind, right, that's going to be a big one for me. To be like, okay, oh, let's see what happens. Stepping onto the other side. Because you can take everything in everyone. Mel is master. Was it again? I'm smiling. Mel, that was uncanny. Love you, brother bear. Like I could literally feel you in that moment smiling, because that was one of the things that you recommended to me that I should continue cultivating, is that not know mind. And I don't know if I lost it necessarily, but I got a little bit caught up for a moment there. And we had a good phone call, and you echoed that, and then you echoing that over the phone calls we've had, reading it in that moment. I could feel you smiling, and then I had to say something about it. I embrace overthinking. It's a superpower. LiveSpace? I heard about MySpace. What is that? Yeah, it's like another streaming platform. We have 2 extra friends. Oh, Alexa is one of them. It's a shame that you don't get VOD yet, but I understand it's a process. Yeah, it's gonna take some time probably. Oh goodness. Yeah, like I don't know if the app is really mature necessarily. My boy got diagnosed at 24 months. Your baby? My daughter started speech therapy around 18 months. It did wonders. I was told she'd never talk when she started, and now she talks up a storm. You'll never know looking at her. That's so crazy. I don't know if you said something, Shan, but Shan got like basically the same news with Amara, and Amara is also doing so well right now. Love to you too, Jumpy. It's nice having you friends here. I think maybe both of you were also like streamer friends. Like you also stream on this platform right now. It's nice having you. Thank you for blessing me with your presence as well. Streaming. What an experience, huh? It's a certain level of work, right? Not work in the traditional sense where I'm like trying to produce capital, but mental work. Like you have to be, I don't know if vigilant is the right word, thinking about Zana right now. Is it vigilant? Yeah, partially. Aware. I think aware. Maybe that's the right word. Like, and I can feel it when I'm not aware enough. Like if I feel my awareness slipping, I start tripping out even more where I'm like, oh, they're gonna notice. They're gonna notice you're not 100% present. Uber present right now. Staring deeply into their souls. Numbers, colors, movements are hyper-focused. He's on the autism spectrum, so letter, number, colors, movements are his hyper-focus now. Yeah, he's gonna be fine, Alexa. I believe he's gonna be better than fine. I honestly believe that people who are born that way aren't born that way mistakenly, right? Sure, there's like some things to consider, right? And I don't know if this is the stream for that conversation right now, but I do believe I'm on the spectrum as well, and it makes us focused in a way that I don't know just giving your attention to something could be, right? Like this whole stream thing. Like I'm approaching it from a level of autistic behavior, right? Like it's not normal for someone to want to do something every single day for the rest of their existence, right? Oh, I think my light is out of juice. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. It's not exactly normal behavior, right? But if I was normal, then this behavior wouldn't be possible. So clearly there is some sort of value to be had from not being normal. I found out that I am too. I'm not surprised, dear friend. Again, right? And it's like there's so many labels and there is a spectrum, and some people have it a lot worse, to the point where it is debilitating, where they cannot take care of themselves and they need even more help. But as the spectrum, as all spectrums, right, all extremes go, there is a lot of infinity to be found in the gray areas. It's gonna be good. I for some reason cannot open the chat larger than 2 lines wide. Keep on. You'll be just fine. You're a wonderful mom for taking such good care of him and giving him extra care that he needs. Thank you. Like if anybody knows what she's talking about, Malexa, it's Shan. Like she's already raised a little one, having gotten the same news that you got. She's now 10, and she's a little spice ball. Never mind not being able to talk, using her words to sometimes, wreak havoc as we can with the power of the voice. If ChatGPT use Lady Rottenberry's voice too, I'll probably give it a whirl, Ryan. You still haven't tried it? Come on, Sam. I'm gonna have to call you to the dark side. Be like, yeah. That was a nice poem. I don't think I read one. Maybe like in chat. Love and so much love to all of you friends in your lived experience today. Love you, Kristen. I know you're probably not here anymore, but sending you lovin's on your journey. Buyana, I'd like to give you bone crunching hugs. Yeah, I would like some bone crunching hugs, to be honest. Get squished a little bit, just like a little bit. Burby agrees. You're safe now. Love is true. Whoever wrote that melt is reading my inner child. I mean, like, it's crazy because, like, the amount of, I feel, humility and consideration that was written by Frank Ostaseski, it's beautiful. It really is a worthy read. Was 11:11 a moment ago. Blessings. Melt, I want to yell at your face right now. Mistakes are okay. Recognizing mistakes is important. Being guided through the mistake is essential. Love forever. Sending you all love and superpowers. Be kind to yourself. You're right. You're right. Love forever. Yeah. But you beat me to Black Parade, Melty. Oh, you were singing that one as well? Freaking My Chemical Romance. I love that My Chemical Romance song, Melty. It's one of my favorites. I've listened to that song so many times. So many times. Like it's that and na 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 na. Na 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 na. Banana skip happy pops and peps. Skip. That one is also, still stuck in loop in my brain forever now. I believe spiders are the three fates. Yeah, they are actually, at least in that context as well. Well, that you are safe really resonates. I don't know why, but ever since Duckling was a baby, I would calm her by saying over and over, "You're safe, you're warm, we love you." Echoing it. And again, right, every single time you did echo that, it reduced her capacity to worry about things just a little bit more. Coming back to the clarity of what is actually true. I am mortal is the message I kind of find the most utility out of. I feel the I am technically isn't mortal. The I am is immortal, right? And what determines that is literally the power of belief, the voice, right? Me saying I am immortal, now that is going to follow the I am. If I say I am mortal, I can technically say that now it is dead, right? And the way I think of it is this flesh is mortal. Meltmore is mortal. The I am isn't. The I am is going to continue even if it doesn't continue as Meltmore, right? And I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. But in order to make the difference I know I am supposed to, I have to remind myself that Meltmore will eventually melt away, right? The Meltmore is the screaming, fighting against dying of the light to do it more instead of just to do it away. But it is going to happen eventually. And by being mindful of that, there is a certain level of power, some drive that can be elicited from yourself that way as well. The 5 invitations by Frank Ostaseski. Something is true. Thank you, Boyana. Duck Dad is tour dogs named Duck. No, not technically. Jumping over on LiveSpace, works for LiveSpace Mouth. Jumping over on LiveSpace works for LiveSpace. Like the comments being sassy pants. She does say that she's trying to teenagers. Yeah, exactly. You know, Alexa, you know, right? And now it's just a matter of time until you get to get paid dividends for all of the spiciness that you sprinkled when you were a teenager. To get that spiciness sprinkled on you and be like, this burns, that is burning me. But yeah, no, I hear you're here. My hands and eyes are unsewing. Here's a kiss. Like I'm so those emojis concern me. Cat face, squirt, splash, 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 uh, squirt gun, worm squirt gun. Tuck that. Bring some of the comfort to Canada, please. Soul medicine for any age human. Do to be held and told that we are safe and loved. Oh, you're talking about that. I'm just imagining Duck Dad offering that as a service, you know, like hire me now, call now to get tucked into bed, told you were safe, you were warm, and that I love you, you know, and Duck Dad's phone just blowing up, people being like, bro, I need to be tucked in and told that I'm loved right now. Oh please. Oh please, I need to be told. I need some reminder. You're a great dad. You're a great dad, and I'm great, and I'm so glad for the path. I'm having a hard time reading your comment right now, Kelly. You're a great dad, and I'm so glad that path was chosen for you. Love is true. I also believe that Duck Dad is a really good dad. For some reason, my live space stream just bonked. Hope it's back again. Okay, use that memory of yours. Yeah, I tried to. I feel like memory has been a weird thing for me. Like, and on one side, I'm like, oh, I should remember things with my brain more. And on the other side, I'm like, technology remembers perfectly. What technology can't do is create intention, touching on yesterday's stream topic, right? Technology can't create an intention or create a direction necessarily. It can store the intentions I've created and the directions I've taken, but it cannot do that for me. So, what is my brain really good for? Is it good for remembering or is it good for choosing, right? Creating vectors of information for me to be allowed. And it's been an interesting thing for me to consider as well. Hey Ryan, slept in for today. You're here now. And we were holding the space for you as well. My wife and I were both late diagnosed. She had autism. I have a combination of ADHD and autism. Duckling is likely following in our path. We noticed it at 18 months. But she has us and we understand her. And that's already going to be a massive help. I feel like being autistic or ADHD isn't a bad thing. It's only bad when you have parents that expect you to be something else, right? Then it gets kind of bad because now it's like, oh, something's wrong with me, right? And then that's echoed at you over and over again. Where if your parents understand and they're like, you are how you are, and we love you regardless, not trying to, give them limiting beliefs about what they're capable of, but accepting them for what they're capable of in that moment, right? Time is a human construct. Yep. If you were here once, you were here the whole time. I like that you understand stuff like that, Sam. Like it really brings so much joy to my heart because I say stuff like that in the stream, and I say stuff like that to my dad, and then some people take it. He takes it as insanity. I'm like, Dad, you like we are a part of everything forever now, right? You understand that, right? We're like all of us are a part of everything forever now. Sure, your body will die, but what you were in this world the experience you contributed to it remains indefinitely, right? And if you were here and you had this experience, it remains indefinitely. You just have to remember, it's no more than a thought away. I say that as well, right? Like, if you feel like you missed this space, it's no more than a thought away. You can literally just think about it, and there it is, right? And if you want to go even further, you can go and search Meltmore on YouTube, and you can see the previous streams. And if you want to go even further, you can set an alarm to come here live, and you can be here in this moment, right? But all of that arises from your thought. And I believe, and this is the woo-woo side of me, just thinking about it is already contributing the energy of getting that energy, right? That you can get the loving space just by thinking about it as well. And now you can forever because you've made this connection. Memory is a weird thing too. I can only recall it when something happens that redirects my mind to those memories. Yeah, it's like a connection thing, right? ADHD is my superpowers. My parents always denied that fact. Same. I just disrespect it because I'm a hippie and we don't care for schedules, Melty. I know, right? I'm like fighting against the system when it comes to that, you know? Like I'm a schedule hippie. Like I like schedules. Like I feel structure helps me be a little bit more free, weirdly enough. Right? It's like that doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes sense to me, okay? It makes sense to me. I get to not be free for X amount of time, and then because I wasn't free, now I am free. And I'm like, oh wow, so much freedom. And it's better when you get to choose your own schedule, right? Not saying that you're not worthy or not in a good spot if you don't get to choose your own schedule right now, but there's progress. And we said this as well, right? If you're not happy with where you are right now, start showing up for what you actually love doing, right? Do it for the next 10 years consistently. And if you're still doing the same thing you were doing that you don't like doing right now, then I'll do a triple backflip, right? I'll be so fucking surprised. Like I'll be shocked. I'll like drop dead with shock. Oh, dead. You know, like that's the level of shock I'll be because I wouldn't be able to believe it. Showing up for what we love is the best way to allow ourselves to be free, right? Because then we're not trapped in the first place. We're actually where we're supposed to be. I was diagnosed later in life. Before that, there were always excuses made for me and my behaviors, good or bad. She's too smart, she's bored, she's feisty, she's dramatic, she's a redhead, blah, blah. Yeah, that's very familiar, Kelly. Reasons, right? Worrying about things, your parents worrying about how they're perceived, depending on how you react to the world as well. It's better if you get to choose your own schedule. Yeah. You wonder, is Zoe super playful, like above normal playfulness? Did I miss something? I thought your name, I thought her name was Panda. Who's Zoe? I know Jovan has a burp called Zoe. Zoe can be pretty playful, like above normal playfulness. I'm so confused. Cal, story of my life. I always thought I was broken until my doctor told me I was just built differently. Yeah. Neurodiversity. Also the superpower of humanity. I'm with Sam, bring on the chaos. I'll either be ready for it or I won't. I was diagnosed at age 35. My score for focus is 137, which means no focus at all. Pink, green. Let's see. Feel that, Cal. Flew on the radar as an adult. Diagnosis. Yeah. Don't internalize ableism, friends. You are perfectly able exactly as you are, no matter what little labels they put on you. I'm just wondering about the Powerpuff names and how they carry energy. Is one of the Powerpuffs named Zoe? I don't know if this is sacrilege to admit, but I don't think I've seen a single Powerpuff Girls episode. My parents believed it was satanic because the devil was in it, right? Ooh. Woo! We have blue and purple. Nay. We have orange from Zano. We have pink and green. Yeah, Zano is on point. Upside down, Firekeeper. But there's blue and purple on the inside, next to the reds. So I feel Dry Historian is also on point. But the core of the card is very much orange. The Bible talks about the power of names, I believe, Aegon. I think there is an Eastern tradition of some kind with heavy name mythology as well. I believe and this is the way I think of it. I believe that names carry the power of just the way that it sounds, right? That by exclaiming into the world your name, you are crystallizing it, right? I am Meltmore. That's like a statement. It's like echoing something into the universe, right? It's like opening something up, a door, if you will, to the being that I am. And there is a lot of power in just doing that, right, in and of itself. And in that way, I believe a name is only powerful if someone identifies with it, right? If it's in their web of relationship. I am Aegon. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Someone has to identify with it, right? It has to come from a self for it to actually carry that meaning. Otherwise, it's just a sound. At least that's the way I think of it. I thought everyone else was broken, but medication changed my life for the better. My impulsiveness was my biggest challenge. And as soon as I started to pay attention to it, it improved naturally. Blessings. I am power. What follows I am follows you, right? Be very mindful with what you echo. Be very mindful of what you say after you say, I am. I am love. I am presence. I am generous. I am well. Come here. I am loved by my doggo. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so loved. Let's read what I am abandoned. For now, but not for long. I am sacredly responsible and of service. I am a firekeeper. The reverse meaning. Were we talking about apathy? So like succinctly? The reverse meaning that was technically the card we pulled at first was, has your enthusiasm grown cold of late? Consciously revitalize the fire of your vision. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty powerful. 5. Nope. Let's try that again. Fire is historically the source of protective warmth, light in the darkness, and heat for cooking, and was essential to the survival of the original peoples. Firekeepers hold a sacred responsibility both for the physical survival and the ceremonial spiritual protection of the community. Theirs is an essential and esteemed service. Triangles represent spirit, divinity, life, strength, harmony, and completion. The upward-facing triangle is traditionally associated with fire, action, and the masculine. 3 fires, warming many hands, invite you to warm to the understanding of these 3 levels of conscious personal mastery: physical awareness, mental intention, yesterday's stream topic, and spiritual evolution. You are invited, the first point, to become aware of the effects that your actions have on this physical plane. Are you living your bliss through your chosen vocation? Does your job contribute to the welfare of those around you as well to your own needs? Secondly, engage your mind and reflect on how the responsibilities you have chosen contribute to the whole of humanity. How might you more effectively engage your intentions to set in motion your vision for the future. And lastly, explore your connection to spirit and request to be of greater service to the divine will and the evolution of consciousness. This card is a card of action, recognition of your sacred responsibility will help bring you into alignment with the purpose of your soul. Hot diggity damn. Hot damn and diggity do. Damn. Hot dig dum do do bop chicka boop chicka bam down down. I feel like I'm the last dude people want to be tucked in by, but I'm totally down. Who says like that? Who says that? Who says that? I've never heard somebody say, I don't want to be tucked into bed by Doug Ted. I've never heard a single person say that in my life. You know? That's easy maths. That's like a big market. You got like the whole infinity as a market. Open for the taking, you know. Duck Dad kisses you goodnight services. I am loved, I am loving, I am light. I am here in this space. I am present. I'm quitting coffee. I also didn't drink some coffee today. I'm happy to say. Clutch your pearls. That take my monies. You got this, Susanna. Why? Aegon means all of those things. I'm a fire sign. Love this one today. Of course you are. I feel, surprise, surprise, Meltmore also associates himself with fire. Aries. This is what I visualized when I created the name Aegon Hex. And you showed up for this moment, dude, to experience this synchronous moment. Strength and love to all of you that face a challenge, Zano. Letting go is hard, no matter what it is you're quitting. Habits, people, not quitting. Sorry, reprogramming. There we go. Yeah, Kalimba today, definitely, before we finish stream. Thank you for asking as well, Shan. Back in time for the card reading. We just finished it. I hope you were there for it. I hope so. I believe you were. It was like a nice one. I really added some passion, some fire into the way of reading it as well. This card today is amazingly beautiful and resonates. Thank you for being willing to take the action, Brother Baron. That's what's most important. I made and ate porridge. Yeah, sustenance. Feed yourself. Hanging with fire signs is always the funniest time. I'm Gemini, Leo rising, and Sagittarius moon. Lots of fire placements. I feel Aegon might be able to resonate with you on that, but I don't know what those words mean, unfortunately. I know what they mean, but I don't know what they're supposed to mean, kind of vibe, right? Funny because Leo is all my favorite people. Make them coffee. Kalimba today. I ordered a breakfast croissant and a latte. Because it's Friday. Yeah, celebrate. Actually, Melt has a bunch of Aries in his chart mixed with the Taurus. Talk about trying to make a mountain move. Am I the mountain that can't be moved? Or can I move mountains? Maxine is like, obviously you're the mountain that can't be moved. Don't say that. I can be moved. I can be emotionally moved. I can be so emotionally moved. I might not be persuaded, but I can be moved. I can be like, oh, wow, I get you. I feel it. But no. Awesome, Tiger. Tonight I'm gonna make a fire. Yeah, make fire. I heard the card reading good. I'm happy to hear that. Love you again, Nancy. You're the mountain. I know. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. If I'm a mountain, I want to be a volcano. Yeah, I want to be a volcano. Volcanoes are mountains. No, Melt. Volcanoes are not mountains. Mountains are technically tectonic plates that push up on each other. I'm gonna have to find out now. Hey Google, are volcanoes mountains? I'm not getting any good answers. There we go. Volcanoes are mountains, but they're very different from other mountains. They are not formed by folding and crumpling or the upliftment and erosion. You see, I thought that they had to be folded and crumpled and uplifted and eroded to be mountains, but no. Volcanoes are mountains. The more we know, this is the stuff we come for in the Melt stream, gaining all of that wisdom. You're totally with your fireplace, man. It's very emotionally moving. I love this today. With even being late, I think we all have the power to move mountains. Yes, we do. Especially as volcanoes, right? We can melt the mountain and make a new, change the vibes, change the landmass. You know, technically, I believe Hawaii is like a volcano island. You know, it used to not exist, and then volcanoes made it exist. New land, totally with the fireplace, man's. Cray, I can, yeah, exactly, dude. I leak a lot too, triple. Lol melt says. I'm a crier too. Cry away. I just feel everything at 100. Working on making that fit my world. I don't feel that's something to be apologized for, right? We're here to feel. We're not necessarily here to feel better, but to get better at feeling, right? Very easy to get those mixed up. I was just thinking about you, Joe, as I was saying those words. Hey, you reading this now, I love you. Blessings. Thank you for echoing as well. Let's play some kalimba, shall we? We'll do like a few moments. We'll do like 4 minutes, shall we? Oh, give us a little bit more of a perspective. Is this the better perspective? I mean, this one has more nature vibes, right? Yeah, give us nature, says the universe. Fine, fine universe. I'll give nature. I'm crying happily right now. Grateful, very grateful. I wanted you to know I love you all. We love you, dear friend. Thank you for sharing your love with us as well. Feel that too. So many people get upset that I'm too intense. Nah, celebrate your intensity. Please, no more fires here. Thanks. Oh, please. Enough fires. Let's go. worrying. I don't know if you could notice, but there was less worrying in the way that I played the instrument today. And I couldn't help but notice that. I was like, wow, wow. So much not worry in me playing this instrument today. Usually I do end up worrying because I want to be perfect, right? Lest I get stoned to death by the townsfolk. You know, it's like, you fucking suck. Get stoned. All of my past life traumas. Being the little jester with my stick. You know, I do actually want to mount a little face on this and then like maybe add like a little thingy here so I can go like, and we do that, right? And I only recently realized that me doing the whole little talking to myself with my hand thing, that's like literally a part of the Jester's playbook where they have like a little stick with a face on it. And then if they can't say something that is like super absurd, they have the little face say it for them, you know, to like add some distance that it wasn't actually them saying it. You know, it's like, yeah, get wrecked, loser, says to the king. It wasn't me, king. It was little small voice Timmy. Yes, you suck, king. Timmy, please. Oh, that's too much. The king is gonna like kill you or something. Let him try. I'm a stick. Yeah, that's a good point you make. Oh, that's very eloquently put. I guess you're not scared of death, are you? Nope. Okay, Timmy. Thank you, Mel. Brings me peace when I hear it. Thank you. Thank you, Shan. Thank you, Max. It's so nice to be able to play to you, friends. Love to you, Brother Ryan. We'll see you again soon. Kelly, yeah, true. Took me so long to learn that though, cause people will make me feel safe. And then like, nah, never mind. And it sucks. Yeah. Having what you believe is safety taken away is, I think, more brutal than not feeling safe in the first place. Whew. That card is amazing. As I sit here covered in sweat from head to toe. Action. Right, the masculine action. Crafting with my hands is a playground to make 3 kids smile for years. Endless joy and exercise that's going to then end up feeding into their lives when they're old as well, you know. So not only when they're kids, but for the rest of their existences. Very true, validating, more love. Kalimba really brings, I noticed. Love to you. Thank you for tuning in with it as well. Melting away the worry, dear friends. Shanava. Have the most beautifulest day, everyone. I sincerely love you all so very supersized, mega massively, gargantuanly, galactically, monstrously, monumentally, dearly, melting all of you oh so amazingly, incredibly, sensationally, incomprehensibly gorgeous friends. Yeah, yeah. Yow, yow, as we love you, dearest Shan, always. Thank you. Group hug to all of you friends, sending you blessings. Love is true. Don't worry you. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry your pretty little head about the future. It's coming whether we worry or not. Right? The future is coming whether we worry or not. So do we want to have the future arrive by worrying about it? Or do we want to have the future arrive by being excited about it? All right, it's gonna arrive anyway. What are we gonna do with our time? I choose to be loving. And I know you friends choose that too. Spamming. Spam hard. I'm spamming too. Hard. The Google algorithm is like, bro, I don't know what's happening here. Oh, but like there's love. It's like the poor algorithm is trying to get closer, but we're getting hit by waves of love. If y'all know Thought General, please send her love. Of course we know her. Kira Burp. Thank you for letting us know who needs tears. Thank you always. Thank you for joining us as well. Sending you friends lovins. This moment was good. I enjoyed sharing this space with you friends. Until we do it again. Demurrers. Love you to the moon. Actually, before I finish it out. Moon. Love you to the moon. And then back. And then back to the moon. And then back here. And then back to the moon. Kira Burb is live on Twitch? I didn't know Kira Burp streams to Twitch. That's crazy. And then back to the moon, and then back to you, and back to the moon, and back to you, and then back to the moon, and then back to you, and back to the moon again, and back to you, and back